Hi guys, don't mind my room. So we're gonna film the Get Ready With Me. Fun! Alright, so this is the outfit. I'm going out with my friend to IHOP tonight. You know, pretty simple hangout. Got some french fry socks, you know, my iconic striped yellow, I almost said sweater shirt. It's actually in the intro and outro. And I'm gonna wear my Vans. Ooh. Okay, hi guys. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing a Get Ready With Me. The topic is pretty much going to be friendships and, you know, the issues at least that I personally faced. You know, the things that I have personally gone through has been a lot of like, well, okay, kind of like abandonment. That's a word, abandonment. But it's just like friends that I already have or whatever, they promise to stay around, you know, and then they just up and kind of disappear because they meet other people, and like you were their day one and like you've always been there for them, and then all of a sudden they just kind of like poof on you, and it's like, oh, all right, like I guess I wasn't that important to like remember, you know. And like a lot of my insecurities come from being ignored and forgotten, and honestly, dude, like it really sucks like when you put so much effort into somebody and they just don't return it, or they completely forget what you've done for them and want to be like, oh well, I didn't ask for that. Like, exactly, that means I was a good friend and I thought that's what we were, like that's what we had, like a good friendship, but I guess not. I don't know. And that's not to say that like friends can't find other friends, but it's just like, don't forget the ones that had your back before everybody else all of a sudden like started to want to like, you know, talk to you, hang with you, whatever. Like, don't forget that I was here for you first. I was there for you, you know, when you told me all your secrets, when like you didn't have anybody else. Like, you don't just up and leave your main friends behind because you meet other people. It just doesn't make any sense. So like this year I pretty much just told myself like, all right, you know, just don't let people get to you anymore, because I have a bad habit of letting things and people get to me that don't deserve to have that amount of control over me and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm gonna try and be better, and just in general, not even just this year. Like, I've learned to be myself, whether I have like real life friends or I have online friends. But I've learned to just be content by myself and not rely on having somebody reply to me 24/7. And I used to be a pretty toxic friend myself when expecting to like for people to always be there at my beck and call and like answer me like that, like they didn't have a life outside the screen. But yeah, so anyway, my biggest issue right now, friendship wise, is people not answering, but then they post everywhere else. And like usually I don't have a problem with that because I do it too, but it's like so long to the point where it's like, oh, I feel like I think I'm being ignored or something like that. So, you know, I'll ask to make sure before I overreact. And so there was one time I asked like, hey, am I being ignored? Or this one person like disappeared for like a month on me, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay, what's going on? Like, are you all right? She's like, oh yeah, I'm great, how are you? And I was like, I thought something was wrong like this entire time. Like, I thought like you just weren't okay. And she's like, oh yeah, I just haven't really felt the need to be bothered to answer. And I'm like, so am I like a bother to you now? Like, I don't understand that. And like, I could tell she didn't really get like why I was kind of upset with the way she had said that. And so I don't know, I've also promised myself just to stop putting in so much energy to people and like trying to get in arguments or just, you know, so I've been saying like okay and pretty much just walking away from situations instead of dealing with them, because like only when like I can tell they're just not getting it, or I'm getting angrier than I should, and then, you know, I just leave because there's no point in wasting my energy when it could be spent on something more productive. I pretty much just let the conversation end, and I didn't really explain my feelings because I didn't really feel like she deserved to know at that point, because she clearly has stopped putting effort into the friendship, and that's fine, you know. I've got no problem when people move on, because, you know, sometimes friends aren't meant to last, which is fine. I mean, I've left people before, you know, it's really not a big deal. It would just have been nice, not necessarily to know, but it's like when you could tell they just stopped caring, it's just like, oh, okay. Then like another friend pretty much said, oh, I just haven't had the energy to open messages. And I'm like, but you're opening messages everywhere else. Mind you, I had proof of this. Like, I could tell she was talking to other people on different apps, but just not responding to me on messages. And I didn't get upset. I wouldn't have gotten so upset about that had it not been for the fact that, like, she wouldn't respond for hours, but she'd still be active on other apps. And then she'd be like, oh, I didn't see this, or, oh, sorry, I was like busy on another app, or like, you know, stuff like that. And it's just like, we've talked about it multiple times, so you think that she'd maybe take the time to like be courteous and kind of just like, you know, either have more communication or just like, I hate when people like, they know what their issues are, and then they just don't fix them. Like, they don't even try. Like, what's the point of acknowledging it if you're not even gonna do anything, you know? Like, it's pointless. But so yeah, I don't know, I just felt kind of hurt, and so I pretty much just stopped responding. And like, out of my hurt, I was like, all right, you know what, I don't care anymore. And they were just like, okay. And I was just like, I just haven't answered. I just don't really feel like answering anymore. Like, I don't feel like being there for people if they can't be there for me. Or it's like, I don't know, friends are just like, oh, I'll make my judgment on somebody myself. Like, I don't want to just completely disregard somebody because they did something to you. And it's like, we've been friends for years. You saw what they did to me. I showed you proof of what they did to me. You agreed what they did was awful, and yet you're still associating with them because they're being nice to you. Like, I don't really care about that. I don't care that they're being nice to you. The fact that they hurt me and I told you about it and shared that with you and I confided in you about that should already show, like, okay, let's like avoid this person, because now because they're talking to them, they're still like somehow in my life, or like I always have to see them somewhere. And it's just like, I just want to be left alone. Like, I want to move away, but like if I move away, then it's like, oh, you're like that off friend who just doesn't, like, you know, like I'm just loyalty. We're loyalty, that's all. Could you learn to check in like I check in on you? Like, if I ask you to FaceTime, I hate when people give excuses, like they can't FaceTime. Not even just like FaceTime, or just, I don't know, it's like they always give you an excuse every single time you ask, and it's just like, if you don't want to talk, like, just let me know. I won't be hurt, but like, I don't like being led on, you know, like, just don't do that. That's annoying. Or like friends purposely doing things that you told them that you didn't like that they did, or the friends that like try and start an argument with you even though like you're clearly just not with it, and like you just want to talk it out and like finish the conversation. Because like I honestly don't even have time to argue with people. Like, I just have too much to do, but I just don't have the patience to continue pointless conversations that drain my energy when I really already just don't have enough as it is. People who expect you to open up to them and they don't do that for you though. Like, for example, like they'll be like, oh, what's wrong? Tell me what's on your mind. I'm here for you. And then you try and do that to them, and they're just like, and they give you like the most vague answers, or just like, oh, I just don't really feel comfortable talking about it. Like, then I don't feel comfortable talking about my problems. Like, don't tell me to be vulnerable if you can't do the same thing, because now I feel stupid, and now I'm completely exposed and out in the open with my feelings and like what's going on with me, and I know nothing about you. Like, how is that fair to ask someone to do that? Like, do you know how hard it is for people to open up like that sometimes? Like, especially depending on the issue, it's not cool, it's not fair, you know, it's just not nice. Honestly, flat out, it's just not nice, and it's just rude to expect that from somebody if you can't open up. Then you've got those friends who always promise to always be there, and like they give you a whole spiel on how they'll never leave you behind, and then they do exactly that. Okay, sure. Or like you have those friends who, you know, you constantly check in on, but like they don't do the same for you, and then all of a sudden, like when you're not okay and you're not good and like you don't respond for like hours, days, whatever, they want to get mad at you by the time you come back talking about where have you been, blah blah blah, I've been so worried. If you were so worried, then you would have checked in. Like, you would have been like, yo, are you good? Like, what's going on? Like, you wouldn't have just sat there. But I don't know, it's just like, I'm very tired of being hurt, and I honestly just want to be happy. Like, I just know that I need to do better for myself, because my own mental health has honestly just been a lot of me letting people get to me, and I really shouldn't do that. You know, I just think I need to take the time to learn how to take care of myself without my friends getting in the way. People are meant to come into your life, even if they don't necessarily help in the best way. But they were there for a reason. They're there to teach you a lesson, that I do know. So like, I definitely don't regret any of the friends that I've had and the ones that I've had to let go. I don't wish anything bad on them or anything like that, and I definitely don't want them to feel guilty for losing me as a friend, because I mean, maybe they had to lose me, you know? It just all depends. We have people in our lives to teach us lessons, and I learned that the hard way, but I'm finally content with the fact that that's how life is, you know? That is how life is. And there's nothing we can do about it. So, yeah, you know, basically, I guess the moral of this little rant or whatever is just, you know who you are. You know, like, we all have to improve in different ways. And, you know, you have to realize your self-worth, realize who you are, what you deserve. And make sure you hold yourself to those standards. Make sure you hold your friends to those standards. You know, you let them know, like, hey, this is who I am, and this is what I expect from you. And if you can't do that, then that's fine. Just move on. Like, we don't even have to fight about it. That's the end. Whatever. Don't let people get you so stressed to the point of like hating yourself or thinking there's something wrong with you, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're an amazing person and nobody can change that. Okay guys, I am done getting ready, so thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. I don't really know if this was anything, but it was nice to talk about it out loud at least. So okay, hope you guys enjoy your night, day, whatever it is. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you later. Ow, yeah. Okay, now is not the time to get tangled. I forgot a tool. Oh, Raina. Gosh dang it. I can't talk and do makeup. This lighting. Oh no! I messed up my eyebrow. I told you I can't talk and do this. I forgot to put my primer on. This is supposed to help me not look oily. It's fine! Because that's what I say to everything. It is fine. It's fine. Oh, this wasn't smart. I can't do mascara and talk. Am I stupid? Oh, Jesus, my hand is shaking so bad.